Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz today, June 6, 2011, 11:23 p.m., Birmingham, Alabama. Topic, Full Disclosure, Part 2. So I'll start off and tell you this up front. This president, Obama, has done more damage to America than the three past presidents combined. And you say, why? I say because he's Muslim and he hates Israel. So I want to give you a little more information here that I failed to include on the last blog and get some more dates right that I had wrong. To start with, the total number of events that's happened to Israel has been between 145 and 150. 52 of those, it could be up to 55, were because of the United States, or were on the United States, I would say. The rest of them, surrounding countries around Israel. This is why there's constant warfare. I mean, constant battling, constant fighting, Anyway, let me get on to this, and I'm going to give you an example of some of the events. All events weren't hurricanes or tornadoes or earthquake or flash floods. Bill Clinton entertained Yasser Arafat on several occasions without the Prime Minister of Israel, but we still paid the price. Do you remember the hurricane that hit Alabama and stalled? It rained for 3 days without stopping. Severe flooding, it stalled in South Alabama. Now, the hurricane hit the same hour that Yasser Arafat's plane touched down in Washington, D.C., and the hurricane stalled. The same hour on the third day that Yasser Arafat took off, the wheels left the ground, the rain stopped. That's part of it. And keep in mind, Clinton had more meetings with Arafat than all other presidents did as well. Several other times when Clinton met with Arafat, the stock market fell 5 different times. Once it fell over 200 points one day, over 200 points the very next day. So he had a 2-day total of 556 points. But again, there was 4 other times that we had a stock market great loss. Keep in mind, these losses are in the billions and billions of dollars when this happens. So this is not all. The other times the market fell also exceeded 200 points. These are but a few examples. Every time we talk, give up land, America's hurt. Every time. Not once did we escape. Not once did we escape. A deep loss, a monetary or of life, or both, and many places have never recovered from those losses. One thing, on the past blog I mentioned that on April the 4th, Obama stated, "Land for peace," and the tornado hit on April the 8th. I was incorrect. I was wrong. It was on April the 4th that the meeting was set up for the 20th, and it was on April the 8th that Obama said to the Palestinians and the Muslim world, Israel will have to give up land to restart the peace process. That day, the tornado outbreak started, April the 8th, that day. So we're still right on track here. And it was the worst tornado outbreak that's ever hit this country, the worst in history. And we've broken all records. It concluded on June the 2nd, after hitting the East Coast and killed 4 people and millions more in damage. It was the 18th of April that I mentioned about Boehner, the House Speaker, verified and made final arrangements for Netanyahu to speak before Congress. This date had nothing to do with anything except it angered Obama. So Obama went once again to make statements to assure the Arabs that Obama was in control. But that backfired big time. The end result is not in as of today, June the 6th, 2011, damage-wise, in total loss of life. We still don't know. It still continues to rise. This tornado event cost more money than the worst that has ever hit America. The count way surpassed Katrina, the perfect storm, and the hurricane that ripped Miami in half, all combined. And I'll make one more quick statement. The backpedaling I was talking about with Obama, the day before Benjamin Netanyahu arrived, this is on the 19th, Obama ran his mouth to the world, directed at the Arabs. I got it in control. I'm going to make them give up East Jerusalem. They started partying in the streets. They were elated. They're happy. Obama, their brother, just told them, hey, you guys, hang in there. I'm going to give you Jerusalem for your capital. Well, as you know, that didn't happen. Because when Obama goes into a room with the leader of Israel, and I'm not sure Netanyahu knew what he was saying at the time. I'm not sure anybody did. No one knows. But we do know that it set Obama straight. Quickly, he clammed up. He couldn't speak. I doubt he spoke much at all in that meeting, but he certainly couldn't speak against anything that Netanyahu was saying. So when Obama came out, he was still foggy, out of it. Other people say, oh, he was just so mad he was getting himself together. Well, maybe so. Who cares? But in any case, the next day, the Arabs are so pissed off at Obama, they would have hanged him if he would have gone to their country. So he had to iron that over because he was leaving to go to England in 2 more days. So he did iron it over by running the same mouth and saying the same things that he did before he left. Thus, continued the tornado outbreak that just kept going. When Obama left the country, I think the tornado stopped. So now we're just setting to see what the next round's going to be. So we all know that you don't try and divide God's country, God's people. Why don't we stop? Why don't we, you and I, every day ask God to protect Israel? When you ask God to protect Israel, then God will protect you. As long as you stand with His people, He'll stand with you. He's going to hurt our government as long as they oppose Israel, but He will bless you by standing with His people. God is good, and Obama's evil to the bone. Jody Wolf, Expoz.